What up, y'all? So as of right now, there still has not been a decision on if Diddy is gonna get bail. My gut is saying no, and there's 4 reasons why. And guess what? Flight risk isn't even one of them. I don't think he's built to flee the U.S. and live in a whole completely different country and leave his mama and his boys and his girls behind. So flight risk isn't even top on my list. He ain't built like Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons dipped out to Bali and we ain't seen him in years. So reason number 1 why I don't think the judge is going to give him bail is it sets a horrible precedence that if you have a little money, you can tell the court, hey, let me out. I'll go home, I'll hire my own prison guards and create my own jail at the house. Diddy and his lawyers are saying, hey, judge, let him out, let him go home to home confinement, and he'll hire his own security, and they'll make sure no drugs, no women, or violence, or anything like that is happening. They'll be able to secure him more than the people at the jailhouse. Listen, you can't let him out because if the average Joe Schmo, who is accused of some of the same allegations that Diddy has, and this Joe Schmo was poor, he wouldn't have the same luxury of saying, hey, y'all let me go home and I'll hire my own prison guards. So no, it doesn't work. It creates an inequity in the system. We already know inequity exists in the criminal justice system by race, by wealth, but this, since it's on such a large stage, I think it would be horrible. It would set a bad example. So that's the main reason why I don't think the judge is going to do it. Reason number 2 is Diddy just can't stop breaking the rules. Now, last week, the feds accused him of using this app in prison called Contact Me Now. You're not supposed to be using this app. Diddy's lawyers got up in court just this last Friday and said, listen, he's not using the app anymore. He listens to us. When we tell him to stop doing something, he stops. The app is completely gone. Don't y'all know as soon as they left out of court Friday, he went back to using the app? It wasn't even 48 hours. And not only did he start back using it, he tried to hide and do it. He used another inmate's login to try to do the communication. And I don't know if the feds found out because they have his kids' phones tapped or whoever he was texting, they're monitoring those lines. But the whole point is the man simply can't follow rules. He doesn't listen to anybody. He's already been caught and accused of using other inmates' phone times and paying them off. He was using a cell phone while he was in jail. He's using the Contact Me Now app. And you know what? Some people are going to say, well, everybody is doing it. His lawyers look the judge dead in the eye and say, Judge, everybody is doing this. And you know what? Everybody might be doing it, but guess what? Everybody ain't P. Diddy. And he knows he's under a microscope. And this man has only been in jail for about 2 months, and he can't even sit still and not break the rules for that length of time. So why would a judge feel like at-home confinement would work out and he would follow rules there? Another reason why he shouldn't be let out is his lawyers keep changing the terms and conditions. Now, originally they said, look, Judge, he won't have a cell phone. He won't have any internet access at all. That was included in his most recent bail package. Now they came back yesterday or a couple days ago and they're like, well, Judge, we actually do think he needs a cell phone. But we'll have the security guards monitor the calls and texts coming in and out. They'll write it down on a piece of paper. They'll let you know exactly what's going on. My answer is no. How can you trust the security company to watch him and keep him under control when he's the one paying their salary? I would feel more comfortable if the feds say, listen, we'd rather send 3 federal agents home with him. Even then, I would still feel hesitant because he could always pay the feds off too. But I definitely don't feel comfortable with him hiring some outside security company. He's then paying their salary and these same people are supposed to police him. Do you know how much security Seancombs has had over the years and he doesn't listen to them? He disrespects them. He just can't be controlled. And my final reason why he shouldn't be let out is victims and witnesses will now be completely compromised. Some of these victims have came out publicly. We know their names. Those people are now at risk of being harmed, being paid off, or changing their stories completely because they're scared. And you know what? Diddy allegedly has a history of paying people off. There are rumors that he paid off witnesses during the Shine case to create stories and go against Shine. He was charged because he beat up Steve Stout, a whole executive. Beat him up over a music video. Him and his security guards jumped on the man. Back in '99, he allegedly bust a champagne bottle over his head. And Diddy was facing 7 years and felonies. And guess what happened? Steve Stout went to the DA and said, hey, you know what? Let's just let this go. Me and Sean have talked. We don't want to move forward with this. We're cool. I don't want to get him in trouble anymore. And it's reported that Diddy paid Steve Stout $500,000. So all these little random things are my concerns for him being free. In my opinion, he unfortunately just has to sit down next to the same people who's been charged with similar things. Epstein didn't get a bail. R. Kelly didn't get a bail. I don't think Weinstein got a bail. But you know what? You know what makes Diddy a step up, like, worse than they are? There's these extreme levels of violence over the past 30 years surrounding Puff Daddy. So I really don't think the judge is going to release him. It compromises and risks too much. He's a danger to himself. He's a danger to anybody in his orbit. He needs to stay in federal custody. So hopefully we get some news from the judge pretty soon. I think he's going to lean with the right thing. If he gets bail, it will be wild.